It is important to understand that there is no middle ground between the angelic and the demonic. In all spiritual and religious traditions, angels are seen as messengers of God, divine beings created to fulfill the will of the Creator. They are described as purely good entities, dedicated to protecting, guiding, and enlightening human beings. On the other hand, demons are seen as fallen beings who have rebelled against God and aligned themselves with evil and destruction. In my personal experience and studies, I realize that many people underestimate the influence of these beings in their daily lives. Every thought, action, or decision we make can be influenced by spiritual forces, whether they are beneficial or evil. Angels work to keep us on the path of light, while demons do everything they can to lead us astray. I'm James. My own search for meaning and purpose began when I felt lost, yearning for a deeper connection with life. On that journey, I learned that there is immense value in sharing experiences and learning from those of others. Now I'm here to invite you to join this spiritual adventure. If there's an inner voice telling you that there's more to life than the daily grind, join me and subscribe to our channel. It's not uncommon to hear reports from people who have felt an angelic presence in moments of danger or need. These moments can be interpreted as direct interventions by angels in our reality. On the other hand, the presence of demons can be felt in moments of great temptation or intense despair. Understanding this dichotomy is essential for those who wish to live a more conscious life aligned with divine purposes. It is important to always be vigilant and seek to strengthen our connection with the divine through prayer and good deeds, so that we can attract the presence of angels and ward off demons. The work of angels in the lives of believers is something that cannot be underestimated. God, in His infinite wisdom, chooses to act in the realm of men many times through angelic intervention. Angels are like extensions of divine love and protection, always ready to help us in the most diverse situations. Since ancient times, there have been records of angels helping believers in times of need. A classic example is that of Daniel in the den of lions, where an angel was sent to close the animals' mouths, saving Daniel's life. Another example is that of Peter, who was released from prison by an angel. These biblical accounts are not just ancient stories. They continue to happen in the lives of believers to this day. Personally, I've experienced moments when I have clearly felt the presence of angels guiding and protecting me. On one particular occasion, I was driving at night on a deserted road and felt a strange sensation, as if something was warning me to be more cautious. A few minutes later, an animal crossed the road and, thanks to the alert, I managed to avoid an accident. Angels also work behind the scenes, influencing thoughts and decisions that we don't always immediately realize. They guide us to make wise decisions, protect our families, and inspire us to live more virtuous lives. They are the guardians that God has given us, and recognizing their presence and action in our lives is a powerful way to strengthen our faith and connection with the divine. To make the most of the angels' work in our lives, it is essential to maintain a constant prayer life, live according to divine precepts, and always keep in mind that we are not alone. The angels are always by our side, ready to help us at any time. If you want to develop your intuition and conquer your dreams with the help of the angels, our 21-day spiritual guide, Develop Your Intuition and Conquer Your Dreams is exactly what you need. Discover how to align yourself with angelic forces and transform your life. Are you ready for this spiritual journey? Click on the link in the attached comment and start right now. The war in heaven is one of the most dramatic and intense moments recounted in the Bible, specifically in Revelation chapter 12. This cosmic battle involves Michael the archangel and his angels fighting against Satan and his followers. Satan's defeat and subsequent expulsion from heaven are events that profoundly mark the destiny of humanity and the spiritual universe. When we read about this war, we are not only observing a divine historical event, but also understanding the ongoing struggle between good and evil, which directly impacts our lives. Michael, symbolizing justice and faithfulness to God, represents the divine force that always opposes evil. Satan, on the other hand, is the archetype of rebellion and disobedience. This heavenly battle also serves to remind us that evil did not arise on earth. It originated in a rebellion long before Adam and Eve. The fall of Satan and his angels transformed them into demons, beings who now work ceaselessly to lead humanity away from God. Personally, when I reflect on this war, I feel a mixture of fear and hope. Fear, because the influence of evil is real and constant. Hope, because we know that the forces of good, led by Michael and his angels, are powerful and on our side. Therefore, it is essential that we remain vigilant and firm in our faith, knowing that we are not alone in this spiritual battle. The earth, as it was originally created by God, was a place of perfection and harmony. In the book of Genesis, we see a description of a world where everything was very good. However, this perfection was corrupted by the fall of Lucifer, also known as Satan, who brought chaos and disorder to the divine creation. Lucifer, who was an angel of great beauty and wisdom, was overcome with pride and wanted to be like God. His rebellion resulted in his expulsion from heaven and the transformation of the earth into a formless and empty place. This state of disorder is a direct reflection of the influence of evil on God's perfect creation. But the most fascinating thing is that, even in the face of this corruption, God didn't give up on his creation. He renewed the earth, creating a new environment for humanity, which culminated in the creation of Adam and Eve. This shows us God's redemptive character. Even when perfection is marred by sin and rebellion, he is willing to restore and renew. By understanding the story of creation and Lucifer's fall, we see the depth of God's love and his unwavering commitment to humanity. He not only created a perfect world, but also provided a path of redemption and restoration for us. This narrative encourages us to trust God, even when we face chaos and disorder in our lives. We know that he is able to restore all things and bring back the original harmony that was lost. I invite you to reflect on this truth. God's creation may have been corrupted, but he is always working to restore it. In our spiritual journey, we need to remember this promise of restoration and trust that regardless of the circumstances, God is in control. Let's talk about a topic that you may never have considered in depth: the spiritual influence in our lives. The truth is that whether we believe it or not, we are constantly being influenced by spiritual forces. There is no neutral zone. Our actions, thoughts, and decisions are shaped by these influences. Imagine life as an invisible battlefield. On one side, we have the angels, God's messengers, who work tirelessly to guide us along the path of light. On the other side, we have the demons, who do everything possible to lead us astray. Have you ever stopped to think about those times when you felt a strong intuition, an inner voice that seemed to be guiding you? It may well have been the action of an angel trying to guide you. But that also goes for the negative side. You know those moments of doubt, fear, or temptation that seem to come out of nowhere? Often these feelings are instigated by evil forces trying to pull us away from our divine purpose. It's scary to think this way, but recognizing this reality allows us to take steps to protect ourselves. As a spiritual authority, I have seen many people underestimate these influences and end up suffering the consequences. We need to be vigilant, pray, and constantly seek God's presence so that the angels can act on our behalf. We are never alone in this spiritual battle. We have powerful allies who are ready to help us, but we need to be aware of their existence and seek their intervention. Now let's delve into the importance of knowing about angels. Knowing who these beings are and understanding their role can transform the way we live our faith. Did you know that angels perform essential functions such as protection, provision, and guidance? They are like divine emissaries, sent to support us on our spiritual journey. For example, have you ever heard stories of people who have almost miraculously escaped accidents? Often these accounts are attributed to angelic intervention. Knowing this gives us a new perspective on God's presence in our daily lives. Isn't it comforting to know that we have heavenly protectors by our side? In addition, angels also play a crucial role in provision. They can bring answers to our prayers, help in times of need, and even instruct people to help us in unexpected ways. It's amazing how, throughout the Bible, we see angels appearing to provide resources or guidance at critical moments. They are like the arms of God, carrying out His orders and ensuring that His plan is fulfilled. Ultimately, the guidance we receive from angels is invaluable. They can guide us in important decisions, protect us from spiritual dangers, and even help us better understand God's purposes for our lives. Ignoring the existence and work of angels is like walking through life blindfolded. By understanding and appreciating their presence, we open our lives to a new dimension of spiritual growth and divine protection. I personally have dedicated time to studying and understanding more about the ministry of angels, and this has transformed my faith and my way of living. I invite you to do the same. Study the scriptures, pray, and ask for discernment to recognize the presence of angels in your life. This knowledge will not only enrich your faith, but will also give you the tools to face life's challenges with renewed confidence in God's protection and guidance. Imagine you're going about your daily business, and suddenly, a heavenly being appears with a message from God. This is what happened to Abraham, Mary, and Peter, among others. Abraham, for example, was sitting at the entrance to his tent when 3 men appeared. He quickly recognized that they were being sent by God and welcomed them with hospitality. These angels brought a powerful message. His wife Sarah would have a son, even in her old age. Another striking example is that of Mary, the mother of Jesus. The angel Gabriel appeared to her and announced that she would be the mother of the Savior. Now, imagine the surprise and fear she must have felt. However, Mary accepted the message with faith and obedience, trusting in God's plans. This encounter changed human history. Peter also had an incredible experience with an angel. He was imprisoned, chained between 2 soldiers, when an angel of the Lord appeared and freed him. The chains fell off his wrists and he was led out of the prison. Peter thought he was seeing a vision, but when he was free, he realized it was real. These examples show that interactions with angels were not rare or unusual events in the Bible. They were part of believers' daily lives, bringing messages, protection, and divine guidance. This reinforces the idea that angels are always around us, ready to intervene in our lives according to God's will. Have you ever wondered how you can attract the presence and help of angels? The answer lies in several practices we can adopt. Firstly, prayer is fundamental. When we pray, we connect with God and open the door for the angels to act on our behalf. We should be specific in our prayers, asking for the angels' help and protection in our daily needs. In addition, giving and generosity are also ways of attracting the action of the angels. When we are generous and help others, we are aligned with the divine principles of love and compassion. This creates a favorable environment for the angels to act. Knowledge about angels is another crucial point. The more we understand about the ministry of angels, the more prepared we are to recognize their presence and work in our lives. Reading the Bible and studying about angels can help us develop this awareness. Following spiritual leaders who have experience with angels can also be very useful. They can guide us and teach us how to open our hearts and minds to the presence of angels. These leaders play an important role in guiding us along the path of faith and understanding angelic ministry. In short, unlocking the ministry of angels involves prayer, generosity, knowledge, and following the guidance of spiritual leaders. By practicing these actions, we can create an environment conducive to the work of angels in our lives, bringing protection, guidance, and divine blessings.